Hi friends, this is Pastor Corey here at Hope Church. Today, September 15th, our Thriving Through Hope. I wanted to talk a little bit about what's been going on actually in our lives and all of our lives. The last week and a half here in this area, unbelievable, unprecedented again. I mean, it's not bad enough that we got COVID and we've got election wars and we got riots and protests and heat waves and now fire and now the destruction of cities and property that has affected Kathy and I personally and many of our friends, and I'm sure many of you could relate and know people in this situation. It's just unbelievable what's going on. How much more of a time that we press in and we model what it is to be Christ followers and abide with Him and trust Him and rely on Him and worship and spend that time with Him. Because friends, I don't know how people can get by and do this life the way things are without Him. I really don't. I was thinking of Matthew 25 around verse 40. My wife is kind of picked up and really helping get people clothes and basic needs in a circle of family and friends who were deeply affected by this. As of the first part of this week when these fires were breaking out, we actually weren't sure if her father was going to survive it. He chose not to come off the mountain up near Detroit, and we were lost contact and we're extremely worried, extremely concerned as anybody would be. And we pulled every string, called every person, made every contact we could to verify that he was okay. And it turns out he was. And his wife had gotten off the hill just when everything was really getting bad. Their house is still standing, but they can't go up there. There's no electricity. That whole area is closed off indefinitely. They're down here. And so their basic needs, things like food and clothing, they grabbed the dog and went out the door kind of thing, as so many people did. And lots of people up there lost everything. And I was thinking again of this Matthew 25:40 as I'm watching my wife serve other people. It says, "Truly I tell you, whatever you do to the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you've done for me." Jesus saying that that when we do this, the most basic things to help improve somebody else's life, especially in these crazy times like this, it's like doing it unto God. That's powerful. It's critical. Galatians 5:22, we've talked about it many times here at Hope Church, and you've heard it, the fruits of the Spirit. But I'm going to say these fruits, these fruits of living out loud and living and abiding with Jesus, and these are things that are byproducts of that. And as I say them, I'll encourage you to think about a person or a situation or some way that you can express this fruit, if you will, in your life to people around you. Again, single moms trying to figure out how to work and put the kids in school who are doing their schooling online. Who do you know? People who need clothing, who need food, who've been displaced from off the mountain. Just so many needs. Just sitting and encouraging somebody with a conversation, maybe a cup of coffee. This COVID thing isn't going away quickly, and people are hung up on it. I just got back from the East Coast, Florida area, and it's very real how much fear there is and how people are responding to that fear in their day-to-day behaving, in their day-to-day life. Our God is bigger than all this, but we live in a broken world that's dealing with these things. So as I say these words, love, simple things such as joy, fruits of the Spirit, peace, that's something that we can express and we can pray for those around us. Forbearance or tolerance, that's a big one. Kindness, how can we show kindness? Goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness in these times, when it would be our heart and our soul at times, and we might even be right in our response to righteous indignation is a term that people use from time to time. But what would gentleness and faithfulness and love and joy and peace look like in those circumstances versus our need to respond? Once again, whatever we do for the least of these brothers and sisters, Jesus says we're doing for him. And finally, there's that famous quote. It's been given credit to a lot of people. Nobody knows really where it came from. But it basically says, preach the gospel, and if necessary, use words. So my encouragement for you today, my challenge for all of us is, how can we be the hands and the feet, the mouth, the love, the caring, the very presence of Jesus, Jesus with skin on, to those all around us right now, today, in these times. I encourage you to seek that out, to pray and to plug in and to look and make a difference in someone's lives, because that difference will be compounding. We may not ever see the end of that investment that we make into another life. And what better time to do it than right now, today. I pray that this encourages you and challenges you. And I pray that we can make a difference for the kingdom of God as we reach out and be Jesus to people who desperately need him right now. God bless you. Have an amazing week.